So, a recent industry survey dropped, and it's a real doozy. A staggering 72% of game developers believe Steam holds an unfair monopoly over the PC gaming market. And when you look at the numbers, you can see why. For a huge number of studios, Steam is responsible for over 75% of all their PC game revenue. It commands a colossal market share, with estimates putting it at 75% of the entire PC digital space. For 2 decades, Valve's platform has been the undisputed king of PC gaming. But here's the question nobody seems to be asking. What if that monopoly is the only thing protecting gamers from a future they absolutely do not want? The truth is, Steam's dominance isn't a monopoly of force, it's a monopoly of merit. It's a monopoly that gamers themselves chose, and one that, for the most part, actually works in our favor. Okay, let's be real. The criticism isn't coming from nowhere. The argument against Steam is simple. At the very heart of its infamous 30% revenue cut, the Steam tax, for every dollar a game makes, Valve takes 30 cents. Sure, this rate drops for games that earn over $10 million, but let's face it, that's a level most developers will never, ever reach. For a small indie team, losing almost a third of your income right off top feels punishing. It looks even worse when you compare it to Epic Games Store, which not only has a base 12% cut, but as of June 2025, gives developers 100% of the revenue for the first $1 million a game earns. This financial squeeze gets way worse when you realize just how massive Steam really is. We're talking about a platform with well over 132 million monthly active users and a record-breaking peak of over 41 million people online at the same time in 2025. Steam isn't just a marketplace, it's the marketplace. Developers feel they have no real choice but to publish there if they want anyone to see their game. To them, it feels less like a partnership and more like paying tribute to the king, who has locked all customers inside his castle. They see a single company setting the rules for an entire industry, and they call it what it looks like, a monopoly. And you know what? In a practical sense, they're not wrong. Even if other stores exist, when one platform has that much power, it functions like monopoly. But here's where the popular narrative just gets it wrong. We're conditioned to see monopolies as inherently evil, born from crushing competitors, buying out rivals, and locking down the market with brute force. But that's not Steam's origin story. Steam's dominance wasn't achieved by blowing up the competition's headquarters. It was achieved because they just built a better product. A much, much better product. And this is the critical difference. An enforced monopoly versus an earned monopoly. An enforced monopoly uses its power to stop others from even trying to compete. An earned monopoly becomes dominant simply because its product is so good that customers overwhelmingly choose it, even when they have other options. You see, Steam doesn't stop other launchers from existing. It just makes most of them look bad by comparison. Competitors haven't failed because Valve is fighting dirty. They've failed because they haven't given gamers a single compelling reason to switch. For years, companies backed by billions of dollars have tried to break Steam's grip and completely whiffed. Not because the market was closed to them, but because their experience just plain sucked. Steam's monopoly wasn't forced on gamers. We chose it. We want it. So what makes Steam so much better? Why do millions of us willingly centralize our digital lives on this one platform? It's because that 30% cut doesn't just buy a for sale page. It buys you a massive, feature-rich ecosystem that no competitor has even come close to matching. Think about everything Steam gives to you beyond just hitting purchase. It offers robust community hubs with forums for every single game, where players can share mods, report bugs, and talk directly to developers. It has user reviews, a system that, for all of its meme-filled nonsense, is an invaluable tool for all of us. And it has the Steam Workshop, an integrated modding platform that has single-handedly added years to life of countless games. And that's before you even get to the technical stuff. Seamless cloud saves that sync our progress everywhere, automatic updates that just work, a genuinely generous refund policy, family sharing, and remote play together. And did I forget we don't pay for yearly memberships to just play online with our friends? Yeah, let's just gloss over that part. These aren't just little perks, they are fundamental features of modern PC gaming. They are features that competitors either ignored, implemented poorly, or just took years to even attempt. The platform is always evolving, with things like the Steam Deck completely blurring the line between desktop and portable gaming. That 30% fee funds the servers that host petabytes of game data. the global network that ensures fast downloads, and the non-stop development of all these features that gamers now consider standard. To truly appreciate what Steam provides, you have to seriously consider the alternative. Imagine a world where Steam isn't the dominant force. It's not the kingpin. It's not some utopia of consumer choice. It's a fractured hellscape of a dozen different launchers, each with its own friends list, its own exclusive games, and its own clunky feature-bare interface. Actually, you know what? We don't have to imagine it. We've already kind of had a taste of it. The main challenger, the Epic Games Store, launched in 2018 by competing on two things: a lower developer cut and buying up timed exclusives. This immediately alienated gamers. Instead of competing on features, Epic competed by taking games away from the place people actually wanted to buy them. For years, the Epic launcher lacked basic functions that Steam users had taken for granted over a decade, like a shopping cart or user reviews. And while it's slowly adding things like preloading in late 2025, it's still playing catch up to where Steam was years ago. And it's not just Epic. We have the EA app, Ubisoft Connect, and Battle.net, each one a walled garden designed to keep you trapped in a single publisher's world. Buying an Ubisoft game on Steam often means you have to launch Steam, then launch Ubisoft Connect, which finally launches the game. It's redundant, it's messy, and it's fundamentally anti-user. This fragmentation is the alternative to Steam's monopoly. It's a world where your library is scattered, your friends are siloed, and just playing a game requires navigating a maze of corporate bloatware. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Valve is a corporation. Its goal is to make money. But compared to its rivals, Valve has consistently been pro-consumer. The good monopoly argument rests on this idea. If one company has to be in charge, it might as well be the one that has earned everyone's trust, including mine. Steam's business model is simple. It provides the best place to sell and play games. It takes a cut, of course, but it doesn't bombard you with ads. It doesn't sell your data. And it has taken public stands against anti-consumer garbage, like banning games that try to sneak in intrusive ads after you've already bought them. Contrast that with strategies of other big players: the desperate push for NFTs, the aggressive monetization in live service games, and the constant drive to create closed ecosystems are all hallmarks of companies that see players not as customers to be served, but as resources to be mined. Oh, how's it going, buddy? See, even Appa agrees. He's whining because he knows how bad it is. But Steam, for all of its power, feels relatively benign. Its stability is better than a fractured market where we're all caught up in the crossfire of corporate wars, forced to install a new launcher for every other blockbuster. Steam is the devil we know, and for PC gamers, that devil has built a pretty comfortable version of hell, and I'm gonna stay in it as long as possible. So, in short, is Steam a monopoly? Yes. Its market share is immense, and its influence is undeniable. 72% of developers certainly feel its grip, but the crucial context is how it got there. It didn't strong-arm its way to the top. It just built a better home for us gamers on PC. It created an ecosystem packed with features that we love, and I hope it stays the standard. It provided stability in a notoriously chaotic market, and its competitors, for all their money and bluster, have constantly failed to offer a genuinely better alternative, often resorting to tactics that actively hurt the consumer. Steam's dominance isn't a symptom of a broken market, it's the result of a market that made a clear choice. It's a monopoly of merit, a good monopoly that, by simply being the best, has created a stable, feature-rich, and ultimately pro-consumer environment. It's the monopoly we wanted, and that gamers themselves have built. And right now, it's the one thing protecting us from a fragmented, inconvenient, and far less enjoyable future. But let me know what you think. Is Steam a benevolent ruler, or is its power a ticking time bomb for PC gaming? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment. And if you like this breakdown, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.